Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got the homie Michael DEANGELO. What's good?
Yo, what's cracking, bro? How you doing?
What's happening with you?
Man, it's another day trying to stay up. Yeah,
you
man.
Already know.
Yeah, man.
So let's talk about this music journey, man. How did everything get started for you?
Pretty much like everybody else, you know, they parents was probably playing something that probably got them into that whole mode, and that's kind of how my shit went. My mom's been in hip hop my entire life. One of my earliest memories is listening to Gin and Juice with her in the back of the whip with some Batman sunglasses. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Yeah,
you gotta recreate that moment, bro. You gotta recreate that. Do a music video with a kid in the back with the Batman sunglasses, bro.
With the Batman sunglasses.
I just want 10%, bro. I just want 10%.
I got you, fam. I got you. I have my people send your people to pay.
Bet.
Yeah. Bet, yeah. But no, bro. I'm a preacher's kid and a preacher's grandkid and shit. So growing up in the church as well, listening to them. The melodies, the chords, and everything. I'm coming up in the late '90s, early 2000s when I was really starting to soak it up and everything, and just I don't know. We were in the bling era of hip hop, but I found myself gravitating towards the more underground, and I don't think we even use the term anymore, but like backpackers sound. You know what I mean?
Damn, I haven't heard that. Like.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't think you can
2008.
use backpacker anymore. Yeah, you feel me? So yeah, by the time I'm graduating high school, like that shit is like in full swing, and I just at that point I was freestyling. You know what 106 and Park was doing their thing. It was the Freestyle Fridays. So at my high school, we was doing it out here in the Bay Area in California, and I knew I had a knack for it. You know what I'm saying it didn't hurt that people was telling me I was good, but I knew. But yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. Like going to studios from there and just trying to work on my craft.
Nah, I feel it. So at what point did you start making your own music? I know you said you were freestyling, but like at what point did you start sitting down and being like, let me try and write a record?
I would say I started taking it like seriously, like 2017. I had wrote records before that, but they didn't have like, I guess, the quality that you could say that I would have been happy with. Nor were they like sonically there either. You know what I mean? We're recording in closets and open rooms and shit. Hey man, hey bro, stop coughing in the back. You know what I mean?
With the blankets over the top, the sock on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Real gutter shit,
yeah. Nah, but
this one of the days though. That's when we was hungry though. But just the equipment wasn't where it needed to be at.
Nah, but you definitely needed that time to where you could put in that work, that 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yep. So as an artist, how do you feel like you found your sound? Like what you grew into today? How did that become?
I would say it was like now I try not to take a lot of outside input, and by that I mean I know niggas always like I don't listen to nobody, like, but I try when I'm in the process of making a record, I try not to listen to at least no one in my same genre. You feel me? If my girl listening to something, then yeah, I bet. You know what I'm saying? It's summertime fun. Let's do that. But but for the most part, I'm not listening to hip hop when I'm in album mode, whatnot. But in them early days, I'm listening to Currency. I'm listening to Jay-Z. Like I said, the early Kanye West backpacker sound. And I feel like that kind of helped me shape what I knew I wanted to sound like, how I wanted to harmonize on certain parts, or how I wanted my beat to, hit or drop out here. It was a process, like you said, the 10,000 hours of trial and error, seeing what the fan base fucked with, leaning into that. What did I fuck with that the fan base fucked with at the same time? So now it's not even work. I'm coming in and doing records that I like, and y'all like the records. You feel me? So leaning into that, and it took a few years to get to that spot to where like I'm in my pocket, and every time I work with certain producers, they know what to send me because they know the sound already.
I think that authenticity, what I'm saying, is very important. That self-awareness as an artist, what I'm saying. You can hear it based on your delivery, you know what I'm saying? You know where you at. and you completely comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
You got to be, though. I mean, you don't want to be faking on the mic. You don't want to sound like you trying too hard. You feel me?
Nah, 100%. But that's the reason why your producers are able to send you shit and it's probably spot on. They're like, yo, you would sound good on this record, and they damn right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, then that also comes with building like relationships with your producers. You know what I mean? Like, you know me, I know you. You've been to the house, or maybe we talked on the phone. I know when your birthday is, blah blah blah. So yeah, you fuck with my mentality, so you know what to send me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What's your process like when you're working on an album? I know you said you don't really listen to hip hop. What is it like when you're working on an album locked in?
I would say it's kind of hermit mode, you know, and what is that? Batman, Dark Knight Rises, right? You know what I'm saying? Batman been gone for like 8 years. He like, this nigga got a beard and shit. He got the little robe on. It's low key like that. I'm locked in. I like to write everything around the same time, so I got the same vibe and all that.
Yeah.
So I might take a period where I'm just like collecting beats from different producers, or what I've been on lately is working with the same producer for a whole project. I like that synergy of everything. Just
I've been doing that too, man. Yeah, I love it. Hey,
bro,
man.
it's beautiful.
Something about that. Yeah, it's something about it, bro. And you know who really inspired me on that is, I will say, Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Just like the intention behind putting a project together with somebody that you're like, yo, I specifically can hear you on these. Like, you need to kill these. Or if they just go through and pick out whatever 7 they want or whatever, you know, just having a cohesive body of work that both of y'all, you know, specifically just was like, yo, this is what we're gonna call it. This is gonna be the way, da da da. It just flows, bro. I don't know what it is, but that's where I'm on 2025, bro. For real.
Yeah, I've been on that low key since winter 23. That's when I was working on my last project, Chopsticks, and it was with the same producer, and I was just trying to catch that vibe with him. And I'm working on a few projects right now. And again, I'm trying to do a majority of the same producers. If you coming from the Alchemist side, though, I'm coming from the other side of that. The rapper, the artist, Currency is where I got the kind of the mold from. Like, he lock in with the Alchemist, the Monster Beat. This is an Harry Fraud, and then do like a whole 15 song tape. We just did something with DJ Fresh, Tonight Show. That was buzzing. Like, and they just go in there and they lock in for man, like the quotables. He know where to drop the beat at. He know what you said earlier on the earlier record, so he can call back to some other shit. Like, I just like the whole synergy of the whole situation. But no, so yeah, I'm collecting mad beats, and then I'll kind of go off of, not to be emotional, but my emotions at that certain time. You know what I mean?
You're honest, bro. You gotta be emotional. You know, that's your job, bro. You have to, bro. You gotta make the people feel it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like, you know, a positive emotion, anger emotion, whatever, you gotta tap into that bag. That's what all the good artists do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely. So when I'm taking those, because I'm not trying to be like outwardly, but through the music, emotional, when I take all that, it kind of, just to make sure, again, that synergy is what I'm kind of heading towards. And from there, bro, it's just, if I find that there's an artist that I fuck with and I want to put them on a record, or somebody who I think will sound good on here, or this instrument need to be on this, blah, 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 we add that on. I just started working with a solid engineer. So on my project I'm about to release like in a few weeks, he just send it to him, he do his thug thizzle, and then I spend like the next couple of days obsessively listening to it to make sure that it's cool.
Yeah, nah, I feel it. How important is faith to you, bro?
You said faith? I mean, this is hella important, because you gotta have faith in everything, right? Faith that if I take in this next breath of air, it's gonna happen, and my heart is still gonna beat, that my bank account, when I try to pull out some money, is gonna be there, that the whip gonna start when I ignite the engine. But also, faith in God is gonna keep me safe, keep my family safe. I think it's right up there with hope.
Amen. 100%, bro. I always tap in, man, because You know, I feel like that's one of the most important parts for independent artists to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, to keep you going through this journey, man. It's important to know thyself.
Oh yeah, knowledge of self, most definitely. If you, and that ties back into what we was talking earlier, if you don't like know who you are, how can you express through the music? How can you have like that sound, like that pocket, like when you hear it, you know it's me.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know who you are as a person,
Yep.
as an entity on this planet, and understand that you just it's a little speck. Well, it's like 9 billion people on the planet now, something like that.
Yep.
And there's this little bitty rock spinning in space, and that is in a galaxy that's also spinning in most. Like, you just got to put yourself into perspective and know who you are and where you sit and play your position.
For real, for real. Any books that you're reading that ever changed your life?
Like growing up, I was really into like Greek mythology, comic books and shit like that. I still got this book to this day. What is it? The classical mythology. Like I think I ran back through it like a few months ago. Just to me and my girl was running through Troy and a bunch of them other like little Greek mythology books. So I ran back through it, and the stories that they telling are like the same stories that we're telling right now. Mm-hmm. And most of those characters are the archetypes for the characters we got now. Shit, even the names of them cats, like narcissism and all that, like those are like legit people in Greek mythology. And it's just, I've always been into history and stuff like that, and it was dope just for that to get reintroduced again to my brain. But as far as like knowledge and shit though,
I mean, just anything as far as like any gems that could help an independent artist, or maybe in like your younger version of yourself, like maybe a book you wish you read earlier.
What I did read, and I do think everyone should read, especially if you like trying to do any business or anything like that, is The Art of War. I find that like the overarching thing is not like a story or whatever, but like the bullet points in there, they just are gems like a motherfucker. Like the look strong when you weak, and you know what I'm saying, when you weak, look strong. Like that sounds like a no dub, but the way that I don't want to pronounce my man's name wrong, but I think it's Shinzu. But the way that he like lays that shit out. I think it is too. Okay, bet that right. I don't want to sound like a fool. But the way that he lays that shit out is like, damn, G, why I never think of it like that? Like, yeah. And this is a guy hundreds of years ago. You know what I mean? Like, hella long ago. But no, I think that if you trying to be to be a leader, you need like followers and shit. But if you're trying to be a leader, that's definitely one of the books you gotta tap into. Also, just like reading biographies on people, like Common's biography, Rick Ross's biography.
Jay Dilla's was good.
I haven't read that one. That probably would be lit, low key.
Dilla Time, that shit is fire, bro.
Yeah, definitely gotta. I haven't read that one. That shit would be. Shoot, what's my man's name? Jason Kidd was like the first biography that I ever read, like in elementary school. And
that's
I was like,
funny, bro. He from the Bay. Allen Iverson's.
Oh yeah.
What was in the ball? Strongest Survive.
Okay, yeah. They did my man's dirty with that statue. I just seen Dwayne Wade's too.
Oh man.
It's unfortunate. But nah, man. Also, like the audiobook tip too. That should be really busting.
Oh yeah,
the Definitely. Yeah.
Respect. Yep, that's a great book.
Yeah. I did that on audiobook.
That's what's up. What's your average day look like for you?
I mean, it depends, bro. If I'm like doing music, I like to get up early. Like last week, me and my engineer locked in, and my camera guy, and we like mix and mastered my project called For the Crowd. So I got up pretty early. I smoked a J, took a shower, had a smoothie, hopped in the whip with the homie, went to the studio, and spent the next 2 hours just like mixing. After that, we got some food. And then I like to decompress, and so I play some video games. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with my lady, and then eat dinner, go to sleep type shit. It really depends. If we doing some music, I like to do that like very early in the day. If I'm chilling, then you know it's really whatever. I do like to My grandfather told me to always be the learner, so I do like to always try to intake some type of new information. Whether it's, I don't know, going on a Wikipedia deep dive or finishing another chapter in an audiobook or something like that.
Yep.
I do like to make sure that my brain is being engaged. I don't know why some people shit on like video games as well. I do think that is mentally engaging. I'm problem solving and blah 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 shit like that, but also to engage your brain in other ways, because like you can't just, if you're working out, you can't just do the biceps with just curls. You got to do a different motion to make sure.
I think where the video games is like the blue light is the concern of like, if you're working the mind and you staring at that blue light for long periods of time, it's kind of counterproductive, because the blue light affects you a certain way too, But,
you can't do anything all the time. You know what I mean? I'm a pothead, but I do not smoke weed 24/7. I need some regular oxygen in my lungs. You can't eat certain foods all the time. Everything in balance.
Yep, absolutely. What do you feel like? What sacrifices do you feel like you've made to get where you are right now?
Time. Like money comes and goes. It's easy to get money. It is easy to end up with no money. But if you can maneuver certain ways, you get that back. Time though, you really can't. So whether it's studio time or time to write, canceling this to do a show, or I need to shoot a music video, I can't kick it with you right now, or stuff like this. Like, I need to do this podcast, this interview. I need to mix and master this. I got to do the artwork. It's the time that I'm putting into it. I feel like everything else is kind of not inconsequential, but it's just the most important thing that we have is time. I hate for my time to be wasted. So that's what I feel like I've sacrificed the most of, but that's a good sacrifice. It's one that I would do again and continue to do.
Absolutely. How do you feel like music has changed your life forever?
By giving me an outlet, cuz like I got on, like people who don't have passions and stuff, it is unfortunate, and I feel like, not in a negative way, but pity, like if you don't have like that you ain't got no
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? You can't you don't like working out like that, or you don't like playing a certain sport, you can't knit or some shit, you know what I mean? You can't cut grass or stuff, like
you gotta figure something out, bro.
Something, bro. You can't, like, damn, the pandemic didn't teach you nothing. Like, I feel like I feel like it's definitely been a passion and an outlet and a love of mine that I've had for most of my life. Is it always reciprocating? Nah, but like, I don't give a fuck. I still love her. Like, you know what I'm saying? like Cube and like Common was saying, like, I still love her. Like, I can fuck out of here. But it's also just like that northern star, that light that you can always like look at. Like I'm saying, if you don't have like a passion, I feel kind of bad for you.
Absolutely. How did you get your name?
It's the name I was born with.
Okay. That's smooth, bro. That's smooth.
I'm a junior. I'm named after my daddy. You know what I mean? My mom, I guess, loved him so much that she just was like, we just gonna copy and paste and call it a day. Because he be saying she the one that wanted to. Yeah, he be saying she the one to name me. And be like, oh, it would have been smooth to switch it up a little bit.
Nah, I feel it,
give
man.
Me a little swagger.
My son is one. I just, I got a junior myself, so I
see,
feel it.
Nah, it is probably gonna end with me, bro. I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna keep
especially with a name like Michael. I could scream that out loud, and 3,000 people would probably turn around or something.
Nah, I feel it. How do you handle creative block?
Actually, just came through one. But it was, as I was kind of saying, it was my lack of passion, actually. But I just got married.
Congratulations.
I'm doing a little bit of traveling. Thank you. Appreciate it. Doing a bit of traveling and everything. So it's like music wasn't really my focus. I dropped my project and I just kind of like took a step back and everything. And I felt myself kind of hit a wall because I did try to write a little bit, but I wasn't feeling it. And what I chose to do was just kind of like keep stepping back until I do, until I had like that itch again. I think what also might have helped was I just started like hungrily going through music. I like vinyl and everything, so there's a record shop like up the street from me. So I went up there, I was buying like old Jeezy records and I bought like an old Prince record and stuff. Even this band America, it's like some folk band from the 70s. I copped that shit too. And just like listening through it, and it gave me that itch again. And then Currency dropped that Tonight Show. Tonight Show 2, I think, or whatever. Ran through that, and I was like, you know what? I tapped in with a few of my producers, and I had already had like some loosies because I was gonna drop another project at the end of the year. That For Is a Crowd. So I had something in the works, but as far as like pushing through and actually writing, before we even linked up on this, I was writing a song and playing, some shit in my studio right now. And I could just feel it. It's like, okay, yeah, the block is gone. I think that the best way is just kind of wait till you're ready. Now, at some point, you do gotta take a shit or get off the pot. But for me, I don't want to force nothing. I don't even force myself to write. I don't like to write in a professional studio. I like to write in my place where I can take my time. It can be days, it could be weeks to get that shit right. I just think it's up to you, really. Don't let nobody force you.
No, I definitely feel that, bro. What do you feel like was your biggest investment in music besides the time?
My biggest investment, put my studio together. I mean, that comes to maybe like money, I guess.
What would you say is maybe your most expensive purchase that you had to invest in?
For the studio?
Yep.
Shoot. Because it all starts to add up, right?
Yep. Start thinking, you like, wait, I paid $500 for this, $200 for this.
Yeah, and this was that. The mixing board was this, that, and the other.
Plug-in was $20, like, right?
Damn, bro. Yeah, I didn't even think about the plugins, dog. Does the mortgage that I pay every month, does that count for the house? Like,
right. If you got the LLC to match, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, see that? The electricity bill, man. Like, no, I think low key, like the single most expensive thing that or I guess maybe the computer itself. And then when I say expensive, I mean because the price that I pay for it, but it has the beats, it has the track outs, it has the finished songs, it has the login to my fucking email, it has
word of advice though, my brother, make sure you get an external drive, please.
Oh hell yes. Yeah, I got one of them.
Not be operate like that, bro.
Nah. And at this point in 2024, a lot of things are in the fucking cloud, you know what I mean? But God, I'm old enough to remember, like, look, if you didn't get everything on that USB, it was a wrap. Like,
especially music, bro.
Yeah.
Music, because it'd be a sad day. I mean, you could do it again. I realized that. I done lost.
Yeah, but it ain't the same.
4 times that's happened to me, bro, where I lost everything. I had to start over again.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, me too, bro. That's why I be trying to tell everybody when I hear people operating off just the computer, I'm like, bro, get a drive, please.
Yeah, no, my cousin put me onto that. And I got 2 of the things with all the terabytes in the world. So I do meticulously back up my stuff, but it's like, if I lose, still, like, there goes, I record on Logic. There goes my Logic. And that ain't on my hard drive or whatever. And like you said, you could record it again, but is the vibe finna be the same? Is the passion finna be the same? You gonna hear the pain in my voice that I'm re-recording it?
Oh, no. I'm not talking about the song. I'm talking about you can make new music. Like, you might as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they ain't never.
Oh, you take this old stuff. Damn, see, that would hurt even more, though. Like, man, I really like so-and-so song, but I guess.
Bro, half of them songs that I had lost, bro, I lost all of the notebooks that I had, because at that stage of me making music, bro, I was just writing stuff down on notebooks. Like, I wasn't all the way just like digital. So it was like, long story. But anyways, man, what would you say is your favorite movie?
That's a tough ass question, bro. I'm a movie guy. Like I'm a movie nigga, man. Like
all right. Give us the top three. Give us top three.
Top three. Godfather 2. Shit, Breauxkin. Logan, the Wolverine movie.
I have not seen that yet. I definitely got.
You should see that. That's like one of my favorite
on my movie list right now.
Comic book movies. Logan. Yeah, that's one of my favorite comic book movies. So Godfather 2, Logan, Juice. Yeah, was it like 93 or something, 91, some shit like that? Yeah, Juice. That pretty much covers like my whole span of movies. I do, and I don't even call it a guilty pleasure. I do like romantic comedies. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We can fight in the parking lot about it. Like early 2000, 2000 romantic comedies. That's like my shit too as well. If you want to take a girl on a nice little date, romantic comedy, easy.
What would you say is your favorite one from that genre?
Romantic comedy? Oh, cut. It would probably be a tie between 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and what's her name, Drew Barrymore, where she got like a memory loss problem. Or How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. You know what I mean?
Okay.
With my motherfucking guy Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, that's it'd be one of them.
Yeah, hell yeah. Who would you say are your top 5 inspirations?
I would definitely say Pimp C, Andre 3000. Common, Tupac. It's hard once you get to the end.
Yep. You gotta make decisions.
I know, right, bro?
Just drop that one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got one, but I don't want to sound like that nigga. But fuck it, like Malcolm X is actually very big influence on
respect, man.
Just how I think about community and all that.
Nah, for sure, man. You definitely got to do it like that. Walk us through your process when you're creating something new. Do you have any rituals, habits, or environments that help you get into the zone? Anything in particular that you always like know it'll take you out of funk or whatever?
Definitely the actual act of rolling up weed, and then
Chronic?
Smoking it, obviously. Yeah, bro, like just like grinding it, taking the weed, rolling, breaking it down, all that. Is very relaxing and whatnot. So if I'm about to record or about to listen to a new beat, like I'll roll up first and then I'm smoking, listening to the beat. And like I said, that's literally what I was doing right before we hopped on this. I was in the studio playing the beat through the speakers, smoking, getting the vibe. I like to get the cadence down first before I plug in the words. So I'll get the cadence in my head, get a like rough little hook, nothing that I'm married to or nothing, but just something that I can transition to in my head while I'm rapping or whatnot. And then from there, I can get to writing. I actually don't like to write while I smoke because I feel like I gotta I write in my phone now. I used to write on like composition, but fuck all that. But so I gotta put the joint out or wait till I'm finished and then use both of my hands to type because my mind is working fast. I gotta get these bars out. So I like to focus on that and then make sure I'm in the pocket while I'm rapping, and I probably won't even record it that day unless I'm on a time crunch or something. I'll probably wait, come back to it, make sure the flow still sounds good, and then record. Okay.
Who's somebody that you would love to work with?
Producer-wise, I would say The Alchemist. That would probably be the hardest fucking song. I would write the best bars of that shit. I'm telling I'll be in there writing up a storm. I saw him one time at a show. Me and my crew are connected to the Larry June crew, and so we're at Larry's show maybe a year ago or something like that, and we're backstage, and I passed this fool in the hallway, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "That was lit as shit." I was telling my moms about that. Yeah, mom, I saw Alchemist in the.
I said, "What's up?" He said, "What's up?" Back.
Yeah, he said, "What's up?" It was "Oh, okay, baby. All right, okay. Good for you, buddy." But no, The Alchemist, that would be hard as fuck. Yeah, and I would actually like to do like a record with Currency too. That shit would be lit.
Man, I just saw Currency on the stream freestyling to one of my beats, bro, on Twitch.
I seen you. I seen you post
Bro,
that. That's hard. I didn't
wild,
see him
bro.
freestyling too, but yeah, that's hard.
Bro, it was like a dream come true. Because the way you mentioning him, bro, is the same way, bro. Like, you know, I definitely want to make that shit happen one day. What do you feel like is your most memorable moment on the come up?
We did this show in like where was that shit? San Jose. Yeah, we did this show in like downtown San Jose, and it's just the love that I got from the audience, and I had like a few of my girls like hand out some little flyers with the little QR codes on them, and I didn't know if that shit was really gonna work, but I got like dumbass hits and sales from this like random idea I thought 2 days before.
That shit worked good?
It worked way better than I thought it would. Like, I love it when a plan comes together, and that was like, okay, cool, and that's what really set me on the road to like more direct to consumer selling, like less relying on Spotify and like iTunes streams. So I was like, okay, so if these people that I don't know and they don't know me, but they like my music and they're willing to buy this and buy that, and they want this, that, and the other, it's like, if I can build this infrastructure and give it to them, okay, we could legit make this shit sustainable. And that was like the first time it kind of entered into my mind. And then, you know, now everybody is kind of moving that way because Spotify don't pay nobody shit. But
it's not even just Spotify though. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's all of them.
It's all of them.
All
of them guilty.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when y'all can move stuff to my last project, I dropped it on Even Biz first. Like when I can move my fan base to that, and they are willing to pay, and it's pay what you want, but they're willing to pay the minimum or pay the high for it. It's like, oh, okay, I can really like make something with that. But the first time that hit my mind is when we did the show in San Jose.
So let's talk about that real quick, man. Right, can you unpack that for a second? Let's unpack the San Jose show first, and then hop to the Even Biz and unpack that for a second. We got 5 minutes. Go. Okay,
so I knew this promoter. She was a homegirl of mine. She said, "You want to do this show?" I was like, "Yeah, it's lit." So I wanted to make a splash because I think I had a project coming or something like that. So I wanted to make a splash, and I just was on Google looking up like marketing ideas, and someone had said something about QR codes. What a lot of like, especially because we live in this digital world, people like forget the guerrilla marketing of everything and the in your face type of shit. And I thought that no one else at this show was going to be doing that. So I took the fucking, I had somebody go to like Kinko's or some shit and print out some the QR codes that I made, and I made sure that they linked to you know, my, what do you call it, Shopify page and all this, that, and the other. And so I had a gang of my people at the show. I sold like tickets to that bitch and everything. The promoter had to pay me out way more than she thought she was gonna have to pay me out. And then on top of that, I had, like I said, I had some lovely female friends of mine handing out the little QR codes across the whole venue and whatnot. And I said, throw them on the floor, put them on the table, in the bathroom. I don't care where the fuck they at. They need to be all over here like confetti. And that night at like 1 a.m. or whatever, when I'm actually looking at the numbers on I forget the app, I wish I could remember, I could see that spike of just all this flooding of hits, you know what I'm saying, from people just seeing these QR codes. And like I said, that was just kind of ignited this, I can actually sell you my record instead of being like, yeah, go stream it on Spotify for a 0.00003 cents. I can like, yo, come buy this record for $10. And they was doing that. Yeah. And that led me to Even Biz. So Even Biz I found because this rapper out here I'm in Northern California. I represent Hayward, San Francisco Bay Area. This cat named Russell, I think he's like in Vallejo or something. Yeah, it's hard, right? We all follow him on Instagram out here. He posted something about Even Biz. I did my research. and I just saw how their interface was kind of what I was looking for, to where I could put it up, upload my music, I can put on extras, like, yo, if you buy the album, you get, you know, this song that ain't never gonna be on streaming, or you can get this exclusive t-shirt, or blah, 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 type shit, to make it more of a incentivizer for people to want to give you their money. Mm-hmm. I will say there are things that aren't 100% perfect with it just yet, but I fucked with it. I liked my experience with it. You can get cashed out, I think, like within 7 days of actually putting your record up. The customer service was hidden. I got in some of the lives of like the owner, like the guy who ran it and came up with it. He did a couple of Zoom meetings. I was hopping in there. I liked what he was talking about. So I hopped on there. I do think that you shouldn't just listen to what I say. You should definitely check it out. But I got a few of my homies on it as well too, to release through Even Biz, and other ventures are like that. Because at this point, like, a lot of people treat music as if it's almost free. When, like we just said earlier, shoot, the electricity bill alone for the studio that I got. And I'm lucky enough to have a studio where I live. There's other people that pay studio time, producers, engineers, all this, that, and the other. Like, it gets expensive. And so Even Biz just allowed me to recoup some of that back and, you know, get in the black.
Nah, for real, for real. As far as like the whole campaign, what would you say, numbers wise, were you able to recoup, like with Even Biz?
The way they got it broke down is like what $1 means per stream or something like that. So if you, so like I said, it's pay what you want, minimum of $1. For me, I did $2. Why? I don't know. I just felt like that. You could get me to $2. And then the suggested price of $10, but you could also pay what you want. I had several people give me like $40 for the project. I was like, okay, sure. But that all equates to, let's say you make $100 on the whole project. That all equates to what that $100 would mean per streams. And I don't know the exact math right now, but let's say that $100 would be equal to 10,000 streams if you were to put it on Spotify or whatever. Now, to get that 10,000 streams on Spotify, that's going to take you quite amount of time just to get $100. When you just got $100 and a day of a release from a few people buying your project. You keep that promoting going like I was doing, and people are still buying the project, even though right now you could technically stream it for free on whatever your favorite streaming device is. But people still go to my link and pay me the money because, I don't know, I guess they fuck with me.
Nah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Now, I'm definitely looking towards, like, you know, trying something like that out. I've never used Even Biz. I saw a few people messing with it. LaRussell was one. I saw Stove God just did his release with that. So, you know, I'm thinking about trying my next album out with it. See how
I think you should, bro.
Like that will go. Yeah.
At least a single, and like sign up for it. And what I often like to do is treat myself as if I were one of my fans or just another consumer of music. Like, how easy do I find this process? Because I understand people don't want to jump through several other loops just to listen to your song when they can go to Spotify and listen to everybody's song. You know what I mean? So I definitely signed up as like just a fan first and bought like a few other artists' albums to see what the experience is like. Like I told you, it's not 100% perfect. There are things that I don't like about it. I'm not finna say that on here. It's Michael D'Angelo, my newest project, Forza Crowd. Come and get it on my website, coldgangmusic.com. That's coldgangmusic.com.